Is the avatar born with all the 4 elements, or do they have an element from birth and the ability to master the rest? That question is way more complicated the more you look into it. I was originally going to say that the avatar is born with 1 element and the potential to master the rest, but then when Korra lost Rava, she still had access to all her elements, which was very odd and not properly explained. If she only kept water, then the answer would be simple, that she kept the element of her nation, but she seemingly had air too. So the prevailing answer is that she kept the elements that she had already mastered at that point, which was all 4. But what about the origin? Is an avatar just born with all 4 by birth? To be honest with you, I don't even know. You can argue that the avatar doesn't belong to any element, and you can argue they belong to the element of the nation they were born into. The Legend of Korra leads you to both answers and doesn't bother clarifying which one is correct, so I can't definitively tell you which one to go with, though personally I prefer the answer that you are born with 1 element unlocked, but you have to unlock the others with training, which again, the Legend of Korra broke that rule, so I don't even know what to tell you. Other than the Legend of Korra was written very poorly. The amount of unexplained plot nonsense in this series is so absurd, I could make an entire series about it. Because now we have to wonder why the avatar even swaps between nations. If the birth element doesn't actually matter and doesn't really factor in, why bother swapping between the nations at all? Unless Rava is a politician that cares about geopolitical equality in the Avatar series, which is kind of funny to think about. It made sense before, since you can just say that the Avatar is born with 1 of the 4 elements and the ability to master the rest, but apparently that's not the case, or maybe it is. There's no concrete answer honestly, which begs the question, why is Aang called the last airbender? That one I can answer, because he was the last person who could actually use airbending. You know, since he's the Avatar, he has all the elements, so he was the last person alive who could actually use air. That was pretty easy, but the rest just hurts my brain.